Right, so try to picture this because it's going to be a little complicated. I am sitting in front of my grandmother. We're having a conversation about life. Of course, many years have passed since we've had one of those conversations, and a few years since I've seen her. And she is recently retired. Like a year and a half ago, she sold the business and she's retired. So I guess the conversation was due. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about where you are, where I am, and I don't know, catch up, see how you're doing. Now, to give you some reference on this conversation, I hope that's not too distracting because I really want to record this video. When I used to talk to grandmother years and years ago about life, about the struggle, so to speak, she would always tell me that things were complicated, that things were hard, that the stress that she was feeling because of the career that she had, the business that she inherited from grandpa, that stress was killing her. I remember years ago telling her that she should sell the business because it seemed like it was making her miserable. And um, and if you were to know my grandma, you would think, that she was being sincere, and I don't doubt that she was being sincere. She was always, not only complaining but feeling ill at times. Like the stress, I guess, would cause ulcers, and she went to the clinic and what have you. So I remember telling her, and with a lot of intensity, that she should sell the business. Of course, the reasons why she wouldn't do it, why she didn't want to retire, even though she's upwards in the 80 somethings by now, um, were plenty. She would say, "No, I need to make sure that my grandkids are doing good," and of course that's us, and I'm already an old man. But she's got younger ones, not too young. Then, of course, it turned into, no, I want to make sure that I leave something when I'm gone, and etc., etc. But she finally caved in. Like, so, a year and a half ago or so, she sold the farm and she retired. So you would think that she's doing awesome right now. You would think that she's super happy, that the stress is gone, and and that's it. Like, this whole thing that was keeping her down, this whole thing that was, I don't know, robbing her of enjoying her life, her last years. Because I'm not trying to be dark here, but it's just a fact. Life is short. That she would have the peace, the thing that we all want, that you want, that I want, and just enjoy it. And I'm having this conversation with grandma, and I don't know exactly where the conversation is going to go, but it gets emotional. And all of a sudden, she tells me that she's not happy. And of course, me being the person that I am, I started to ask more questions. And what she told me was something that, even though I suspected it, I confirmed it once again and felt, because it never ceases to impress me. She missed the grind. She missed the fight. And she was having a hard time finding reasons why to keep on going because she didn't have that struggle anymore. And that's kind of crazy because you would think that when you get up there in age, and again, that's not an attack, it's just an observation, you don't want to struggle anymore. You want to be at peace. You want to be able to enjoy the last that you have to live at peace. But no, she's been a fighter for most of her life, and she doesn't know how to exist without fighting. And I think that that's a lesson for me. I think that's a lesson for a lot of people because all of us have this idea that once we cross the fence, like once we get to the other side, the grass is going to be greener and everything's going to be great, and fail to appreciate the things that we have in the now. So, like, if you are struggling with your career, with your job, with your life decisions, and you're in the grind, you're working really hard to exist, but you're trying to get ahead, you're working hard, you think that the thing that you want, the solution that you want to happen is for all of a sudden all the struggle to disappear and for you to be in a hammock, drinking some pina colada or something of the sorts. But statistically, that's not true. It seems like all of us want a reason to wake up. All of us want a reason to fight. All of us want a reason to grind away at something, and then we want to feel accomplishment when we achieve it. So I'm sharing this story, I guess, this conversation with my grandma and this philosophical thought, just because I think that all of us could use a little bit of that wisdom, of that scenario, that, I guess, that story, and create a perspective that is a little more healthy for us. Like, yeah, things are not great, but maybe they're never supposed to be that great. And if you are participating of cryptos, and of course this is going on DTube, so you are participating of cryptos, then maybe just appreciate the grind right now. You know, maybe a couple years from now we can look back at this and talk about how crazy it was, you know, that we had to survive these months. And I'm being a little ridiculous right now, but we had to survive these months of making just like a couple tokens per day or less, who knows. So anyways, that's it for this video. That's it for, I guess you could say, this crypto philosophy. But I'm interested in hearing your thoughts. Do you appreciate the grind? Do you feel gratitude of the things that you learn when you have to struggle? Or are you one of those that succumb to the idea of, no, that's it, I just want everything to disappear and I want smooth sailing from now on?